We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, Sloka 47.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
Salutations to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Great teaching. Bhagavan systematically and meticulously began teaching Arjuna and us to dispel our ignorance and our miseries in the samsara by first providing the knowledge on the self. He indicated you, the self, is eternal and permanent, but the body, mind, intellect are impermanent, temporary, and are only instruments that assist to be a being in the world. You, the self, has a body, mind, intellect, not other way round. You and Brahman are the same. He further provided the attributes of the self, Paramatma, supreme consciousness, and the attributes of non self, and differentiated Jiva from Jivatma as well as Paramatma, and the concept of reincarnation. Bhagavan was so kind that even if one does not understand the Jnana Yoga, everyone has to perform their own duties and responsibilities in this world and mentions accrual of punya. He further elaborates on swadharma. Actions have to be performed in a special way to convert an ordinary action to a karma yoga. It has to be focused with a single pointedness, with a balance of mind about getting or not getting results of an action, dedicating all actions to the Supreme God. He assured that a minuscule of actions performed in Karma Yoga will yield results. He advised that one need not go in search of water or desires in multiple wells or objects if one is realized in God through performance of actions that are indicated in Karma Yoga, which will include all the duties and happiness one is looking in the small well. Bhagavan is now providing instructions on how one need to practice Karma Yoga, the initial path to realizing the Supreme Self or Paramatma, the goal of everyone's life.
Sloka 47 कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मिणि
Summary Sloka 47. You have right to work only, but you are not entitled for the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of results of your activities, never attached to not doing your duty, that is, inaction to your duties. Sloka 47 is the most famous sloka of Bhagavad Gita that is recited and commented by many swamis and commentators. I am going to summarize the essence of their teachings in this presentation. Why do we do any action or activity? Many times we do these activities and actions to fulfill our desires, our own wishes. We do actions and expected desired results. Example, we go to work every day with an expectation of a reward in the form of a salary. Another example, we work very hard in the workplace, in our job, to get a promotion. Is it not true? Bhagavan instructed us to perform our own duties and responsibilities, that is Swadharma, diligently and with a special attitude of Karma Yoga. But many times we perform these activities in an ordinary way, expecting results from every actions performed in our own lives. As indicated before, we put results before performing an action. First principle Bhagavan is teaching us in this sloka is you have right to action. Swami Sarvapriyananda comments that everyone has a free will to make a decision on what type of actions we want or we need to perform. Ordinary actions with full of desires to be accomplished or an action with a special attitude of karma yogi, the choice is ours. What is the law of karma? If one does good action, that is good karma, it yields punya, and based on the punya, one will be very happy. Bad karma results in papa, that is, results in dukkha. Karma phala acts according to the law of action. Bhagavan is teaching us to be focused, concentrated, and single pointed, thinking of one thing at a time and doing it well. It completely shatters the concept of modern multitasking. Focus, single pointedness is the essential component of karma yogin or karma yoga. Now let us examine the next principle. Bhagavan said that you have no right to results of an action. Actions and activities are performed in the present time, and the result, if any, happens in the future. We have control on the choice of right actions, performance of an action, but we cannot and we do not have any control or right over the results that happens in the future. Swami Sarvapriyananda comments that actions that are performed under Rajoguna, we have already seen the three types of gunas. One is Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Actions that are performed under Rajoguna are mainly for fulfilling desires that lead to bondage and unhappiness. but a karma yogi performs all actions in the name of God without any desire and is uninterested in the results that will lead to purity of mind. The doctrines of karma yoga, as mentioned by Swami, is the service to humanity without any reward. Let us look at the third instructions. You are not the cause of results of actions. All actions riddled with wants and desires have two components. One is doership, the one who performs the action, and the enjoyership, the one who is happy enjoying the results of an action. The enjoying leads to doership. There is an increase also in desires. He is advising don't get attached to the results, minimize the desires to results of an action. Bhagavan is saying that you are not responsible for the cause of an action or cause of an action which might or may not result in fruit of action. Remove the notion of doership of an action always. Finally, the last instruction Bhagavan has given us is don't give in to inaction. One may think that if I don't have control and right to results of an action, why I should perform any action at all. In this world, we do this commonly. No results to fulfill my desire, no action is performed. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is advising Arjuna and us not to give up any worldly actions as well as swadharma, but to spiritualize all actions in the name of karma yoga. Swami Chinmayananda states, I quote, if success you seek, then never strive with a mind dissipated with anxieties and fears about the fruits of action or action itself. Actions results in reaction. An action is done in the present. When it is conditioned by a future time, appears to be as the fruits of action. Swami Chinmayananda in his commentary states that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is advising not only Arjuna but all beings on the secret of art of living and an inspired life. He further states that the Lord is advising the man not to waste in thinking about fruitless dreams and fears, but to bring all the best in him or her in the present moment of action and be happy in that moment. The sloka give four injunctions to a real karma yogin. His concern is only to perform actions, not to control on any result of an action. He should not entertain a fixed result of an action. And finally, attachment to the result should not be a motivation for the performance or not performing the action. Sloka 47 is the most fascinating, recited, quoted, and a profound sloka for the modern man in the Gita. New concepts on karma yoga need to be practiced for the both object oriented external happiness and mind oriented internal peace and joy. I have no words to express my views on this particular sloka. Sometimes ignorance is a bliss. Specifically, one concept caught my attention in this sloka, namely, you have the right to action but no right to results, and one has to be balanced and equanimous on results come following an action. We never think in these two concepts and always consider that we are in charge of actions, responsible for action, we are performing actions as well as the results of an actions. We also think that we are responsible for it and expect a particular type of result. When no or unexpected results appear, we are unhappy, frustrated, and angry. We all have gone through these experiences because of our ignorance on law of karma. I always looked for a favorable result following an action that made me very happy in the professional and personal life. Many times actions are performed but we may not get any result immediately or in the future. Did you all not have the same experience? I wish I would have.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः